Right to Immigration and Asylum Practitioners. It is a live program, Nigeria 101.1 FM. If you are just joining us, my name hasn't changed. I want to welcome you on board as you are coming one by one on my platform. I can see all of you. And to those who are listening from on our studio line number, I want to appreciate you. I want to say from time to time, you are appreciated all the time. Without you, it will be impossible. My name hasn't changed. Tokunbo Olabaye. That number is not right. Anyway, I'm on 07908 628240 07908 628240 Nigeria 101.1 FM live in the studio right now on how to regularize your status, lawyer Tokunbo Olabaye. Please like and share and connect straight away to the platform and let people know that we're doing something great on this platform. We are enlightening and educating people. We are showing them the way. You have +2 on 07908 there. You know, so let people join us straight away. How to regularize your status. If you look at the topic I put out there, I basically want to strictly talk about the international student. That doesn't mean that you cannot ask me questions pertaining to your immigration status in the UK. That does not affect anything that you are doing. But in a nutshell, I think it will be better for you and I to know that I am here to answer any questions regarding or relating to your immigration issues. Either you want to come to UK or you want to remain in the United Kingdom. But one thing I want to encourage people is that if you come to United Kingdom on a visit visa, please don't dilute your credibility. Try to return back and go and renew your visa if you want to come back to UK. And when you have a visit visa, it's not something that you can be using to come in and act like yo-yo. Visitor is always a visitor, and visitor will remain a visitor wherever they are afforded a shelter. So let's get that right. Wherever they afford a shelter, they will always be a visitor. They cannot be Omonile. So there's a clear difference between Omonile and Alejo. Let's get that right. So when you are given 6 months visa, 6 months is 6 months. And basically, if you are a civil servant in Nigeria, for example, Ghana, Uganda, elsewhere, basically you will have the most holiday in the year, 4 weeks, 6 weeks. So if a visitor is coming to UK and you say you're a civil servant and you are spending 4 or 5 months in the UK, it basically means that you are not a civil servant. You have lied, you know, on your application, and that can breach it. That will possibly affect you. There is a scenario among my fans that happens. One of them connects me with the case. I don't know how far they have gone, but I think the person has returned back to Nigeria. Let me quickly shed light to that. A visa was obtained in Nigeria. According to the family relatives, it's an affluent person, which means that he's wealthy. She's wealthy, the husband is wealthy, they have some change in their kitty. So, but when you have some change in your kitty, when you are making an application to the Secretary of State agents back there in Lagos, entry clearance officers, I call them, and that's what my colleague will call them, entry clearance ECOs, you have to be honest and be truthful to yourself. When you make that application, don't let those bogus agents affect your application, because what they are running after is 10,000 naira feature, 5,000 kobo, and they will destroy your credibility. It's better you pay a proper lawyer that will take you to your destination in terms of coming to UK. Now, what happened is that in her application, she disclosed that she hasn't got family relative in the United Kingdom, and she will be staying in a hotel. The hotel that she booked wasn't paid for. There was no deposit paid on the hotel. So on landing in the United Kingdom, for the first time she will travel to UK. She has not traveled to UK before. So first time she will come to UK, it basically means that the immigration officer stopped her at the entry, at the port of entry. Thank you, ma. Thank you, Mrs. Showumi. Thank you. You know, so they stopped her at the port of entry. The inquiry via the hotel that she booked. At the end of the day, it's noted that the hotel has no knowledge of the hotel. They've cancelled because they have kept her at the border for quite a while. So the hotel have cancelled her bookings because she didn't pay. There was no money on ground. Now, only for them to know that at the end of the day, when they interview her, they realize that she has a family relatives over here in England, which means that she has lied on the application form by telling them that she hasn't got a relative in the United Kingdom. Believe me, that is too jeopardy, you know. So basically, they drag it on and on. At the end of the day, they called me. They were going to take her into the detention center, and I said she should refuse to go into the detention center. when they called me. So I gave advice that she should return back to Nigeria and keep the credibility flying. Now, in her coming next time to UK, there has to be a good lawyer to do that representation, to put in a lot of explanation to the entry clearance, because before they will believe they are. Because if entry clearance is like me, once a liar will always be a liar in my presence, no matter what. Irú ẹyọ kan láyé níwájú mi kò lè jẹ́ kó wẹ̀ mọ́. Wọ́n máa sọ pé bóyá èèyàn let me ìdáríjì ni, but I don't believe in that bogus nonsense. Because once a liar will always remain a liar. So you have to be very careful. Thank you, ma. Thank you. You know, you have to be very careful when you are giving out information that you know that at the end of the day, they have sophisticated instruments to check. So they have accessibility to access anything that they want to access within the parameters of the Home Office power, which means that they are connected. But like I always tell you, there are 3 of them working separately, but at the end of the day, they work under one person, which is the Secretary of State. Now, working under Secretary of State will mean that we have the entry clearance officer dealing with applications from outside for those who are coming into United Kingdom. We have the immigration officers in the middle that allows people to come to UK, land them. When aircraft landed, you have not landed. You will be landed. You understand? When the immigration officer stamps you and you walk past them, until they stamp you and you walk past them, you haven't landed. So they refuse to land her. They refuse to land her, basically. So at the end of the day, they fight it on and on. They called me because I was in the office at the late hour, so they were able to get hold of me. So they called me, so I said to them that the only way out is for them to let her return back instead of going into detention center. What for? Ọmọ onílé ọlọ́nà máa lọ sínú ìgbèkùn nítorí àti wá sí ìlú òyìnbó. There are so many places that look so much like London. The Dubai is there. Must you come to London to come and put yourself down? Gbogbo èèyàn kan ní London wà fún orí ọ̀la ló wà ìlú ọ̀la ò sí. I have always been telling people that. So you get that on board. Don't die of London coming to United Kingdom. Please don't die of it. There is no need for it. In fact, if you know how to manage your resources and manage your finance, manage your life, believe me, you can do well in Lagos if you are clever and intelligent. Kò ń ṣe fún àwọn onínàkúnà àpà tí wọ́n mọ̀ bí tán náwó sí. You understand? Ẹni tí ó bá mọ̀ bọ́n ṣe manage owó, wherever you live, you will still waste money. You will still not get it right. That's basic. But if I live in Lagos, believe me, if I were to not to be younger and before I left Lagos, I wouldn't have left Lagos the way I left. I left Lagos because I was younger. I haven't got responsibility, and I was born in the United Kingdom. That's what made me leave UK and leave Nigeria to come to UK. But if I am somebody that's having a good salary of 400,000, 500,000 a year, a month rather, why would I leave my salary and come to UK and come and suffer there? No, tutu. Believe me, saturated. But at the end of the day, we've seen it all. So the advice is that get the appropriate advice before you start boarding. Because the second person I told you is the immigration officer. The third person is the case worker at the Home Office. Case worker's job is to make sure that your application for leave to remain is intact and you met all the requirements. So they are not together. One will land you when the other one say go in. The other one will land you. The third person will say, okay, you met all the requirements. If you want to remain here for 2.5 years, for 30 months, I will allow you to remain because you have met all the requirements. He or she will grant you. So they are different under the same power, under the same organ. Home Office, Secretary of State for the Home Department controls everything, including the Home Secretary, police authorities. The Home Secretary controls it. So all these things, it comes under him, which is a very strong department, believe me or not. But the point I want people to understand is that if you have lied once on your application and they found you to be a liar, under law, I would say misrepresent. But a layman's English says you are a liar. And once a liar, it will always remain a liar in the eyes of those who hate people that lies. That's the problem. So as a result of that, they could not find the application worthy because they asked her questions on her visa form. She could not remember one or two of them, or the question she gave does not tally to what is on the form. So the immigration officer got upset and refused to land her. But on my advice, because she will have accepted to go to the detention center, on my advice, I got involved from my office, but I cannot travel down. Because sometimes all this borders work job is a waste of time. Nobody's going to pay you. So it's a free advice. So I just gave the advice from the heart, from my heart, because one of the relatives is my die-hard fans. So I said that she should return back to Nigeria. Now, that application is something that I am capable to handle next time if they have money to pay for my time. Because I'll be speaking to the entry clearance officer directly, and I'll be pleading on her behalf, and I'll be making that restitution, put the position back to the place where it should have been in the first instance had she not lied on the application. So I'll be making that restitution at the end of the day as a viable lawyer who understands the immigration law very well. But that is if they are not stingy. They can afford to pay a lawyer of my time for that hours that I'm going to work on the file. And that's the situation on that one. So to encourage those who are thinking of coming to United Kingdom, get it for once and for all now. What am I saying? I'm basically saying that don't make an application to the Secretary of State or to the entry clearance rather if you don't know exactly what they have put in the application for you. You understand? Don't spend. You understand? So don't even make mistake. Because if you make mistake, it will affect you. It will affect your right at any time. So you should be wary of that. You understand? You should be, what do I say? You should be wary of it. Get the correct advice. Get the appropriate advice before you even think of going in and making an application to come to United Kingdom. And that is that. Let me move smoothly on to the issue of international students. I'm here on 07908 628240. You can phone in if you want to ask questions. The line is open to take calls. Okay, don't worry. Line is open to take calls. So you want to phone in, I am here to take your calls. Let's see, 07908 628240. So that is the number to call me on. Let me tell you, before you write your jargons, I have sophisticated devices around me. I spend good money to have the current phone X9, Samsung, iPhone 10X, a Y Pro 20, and then iPad. So I am completely ready. When you are making your comment that it doesn't come with your common sense, I'll block you straight away. I don't have time for nonsense because I'm doing this for free. So I don't have time for you, Emmanuel Oladipupo, or whatever you call yourself. And that's that about that side. But I'll block you off already because omo garage mi lọ so mi lè má reply gbogbo nonsense in the line bí báyìí. Or kó má ju gardener mi lọ nínú ilé mi. So let me talk to you, diary, those who have this time to listen to what we are saying. International student coming to United Kingdom, what you need to put Thank you. International student coming to United Kingdom. It's about time that you need to start taking advice on your landing. As soon as you are into UK, you've managed to settle down to your house, into your education, and get the grip of it. After a month or two, I beg your pardon, start taking advice for the next move. Start taking advice. Because in the last 2 weeks or a week so now, I realized that a lot of international students have come before me to ask questions, and they are so sad. They are very sad in a manner and ways that their applications was dealt with. They are very sad. Why did I say they are very sad? Miss Olajoju, thank you. Olajoju, thank you. Hello. Hi. I'm very well, thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate what you did.
Thank you, dear. Please go ahead.
Can I ask you one question? Well, not this we're talking about, not this topic, out of this topic, but immigration.
I can't get your question. Please do it properly. Ask me properly. Anyway, we'll call back if he's ready because I can't get the gist of his question. So what I'm saying is that international students should afford themselves to take advice as soon as they are into the country. After, let me concentrate. Bisi Ola Itoroya and all of you. Because I man like it. Let me concentrate on my talk. You understand? So the international student coming in after a month or so that you have managed to settle at school, at your uni or elsewhere, The next thing is your next course of action. You should be taking advice. What will be the appropriate thing to do after when you finish? A lot of people come in, they want to take employment afterwards. But if you don't take advice at the right time, believe me, you will be short of visa before you know. Now, the scenario that came before D, the last one I will remember here, vividly that I remember now, is the lady that wanted to make application under Minister of Religion. Pastors in the United Kingdom. Pastors. And you know who does that most? All you pastors that do it most, you are the Pentecostal pastors. You know yourself. At all. It's not Sele and it's not KNS that does these things, because they don't even consider you. They are old system, they are old traditional, they follow protocol. But you Pentecostals, the way you do things, sometimes you think God has given you. You will be telling them that you can get them the tier 2 visa. But at the end of the day, you let them down. So as a result of that, they become an overstayers in the country. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, please, go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, please, ma, I need your assistance, because as compared to my mom, she already got a 6-month visa, and then it came to the UK last 2 years, and then we returned back after 2 months. So now my status is changed. I'm EEA national, and then my wife is from EU. So what do I do now? I wanted to change their status from visiting to EU permit. I don't know how to do that.
And where is your mom?
My mom is in Nigeria.
Well, it's not an application that will be pretty straightforward anymore, but you can still proceed. But let me tell you, there is no room to give that advice here because I have a limited time.
All right, man. Should I come to the office now?
I think you will need consultation when you have time.
Can I have your number, please?
0208.
Oh, hold on. Please, can I have a pen? 1 minute, man. 1 minute. 0208
309
09.
309
Okay.
88
309.
Yeah, 8808.
8808. Yeah.
That is correct.
All right, ma.
Thank you.
Thanks very much, ma. I'll ring you now. Thanks so much.
Thank you, dear. So that is the situation about what we're talking about. You understand? You've got to get the advice. You have to get the advice at onset. If you don't get the advice at the right time, it's going to affect you. It's definitely going to affect you. I'm still coming back onto that one, but let me deal with this issue of Tier 4. The Tier 4 that want to move to Minister of Religion, what the young lady told me wasn't that pleasant. Because the pastor that promised her ended up bringing 2 people again from Nigeria. And those people were granted straight away from Nigeria. So by the time the Home Office would have come to the church to come and make their inquiry, Home Office was saying that how is pastor going to need more than 2 people? You have already promised to give somebody a sponsorship license to become one of your ministers in the church. So why don't you let the application go through first before you are now making effort to bring someone else from Nigeria? Mo mọ̀ pé ọ̀rọ̀ lórí owó ni o. Ẹ má gbàgbé. Gbogbo ẹ̀ ló yé mi. But mi ti ready. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, I've got a resident permit, stay. But what about the British passport and the citizenship? How long does it take?
It depends on where you were granted your permit, your residence permit.
About 3 years ago.
Well, it depends on your situation, and it depends on what your situation was before they granted you.
Well, it was obtained.
Let me tell you, sir, I cannot give you advice on that situation here because you need a lot of things to know. You need to have a lot of information.
Okay.
Yeah. If you are going to apply to naturalize to become a UK citizen, you will definitely need consultation. At least the cheapest is consultation. If you don't take consultation and you are just asking questions from any lawyer on media like this, you are going to fall foul.
Okay.
So please, because the money you are going to lose will be greater than consultation fee in the end. So I will advise you to take consultation before you put in that application.
I will get in touch. Okay. Thanks a lot.
So like I was saying, it basically means that he has promised many people at the same time. So by the time the Home Office will have come to the church and come and check the Human Resources Department whether the sponsorship inside the country met the requirement, they basically realized that 2 people have already been granted to enter. So they were already active in the church. So the Home Office said that there was no need for the third person to join them. What happened? She ended up losing out. She first degree, she masters. Pastor yẹn kan ba yé ẹ̀jẹ̀ ni níbi tó ti ń fi ikú kan rẹ ọmọ mẹ́rin márùn. You know, I don't know who the pastor was, so I'm just talking in my own according to what he told me, because she came to my office for advice, but I wasn't happy because it always pained my heart when somebody came in as a student, international student, and they have paid so much money to get that certificate, and at the end of the day, in empty promises that people made to them, they run out of time, they run out of visa. I have value for education because I value education. Without education, I wouldn't be sitting where I'm sitting today. So I have utmost respect for education. And when people are mocking education, I get cross with it. And that's exactly what happens here. Because that lady now, she has run out. So the advice I just said to her is that she just, see if she can just challenge it herself without using lawyer. Just go and do Section 120 or judicially review to Luna House. And then at the end of the day, buy time till March next year when the child will be 7 years, and then go in and go and fight the destiny there, because it will be devastating to return back at this stage when she has put everything inside it, and all of a sudden it just gone down in the drain. So that is why I say international student coming into the country, your best bet is to take advice before you even come in. And even if you do come in after a month or 2 of settled down, please, your next thing is to take advice on what course of action next to do. Because if you don't take advice on the next course of action, then you run out of status. And that's the situation. So that is that about that. Let's move smoothly on to those who want to call in and those who have been asking questions on how to regularize your status. There are plenty of questions that have been raised. Too many questions that have been raised here. Hello. Yes, good afternoon. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, you very us to wish.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm very well. The question I'm very speak one. Money in Germany, British ni. So whatever we anything. She money that is home office inspection check. Between is 1 bedroom flat in it. Is the and second house. So my be the money the home office inspection check. No,
hold on. Okay. You want to find out if you need to do inspection check on the property?
No, yeah, the property, yeah. Sure, we need that.
Need what?
Home office inspection check.
On what?
On to the money. To be solicitors of the home office inspection check.
If your solicitor tell you to do it, why are you asking me again?
No. What's up me is up to me. If I want to do it, I can do it. If I don't want to do it,
but I'm not gonna say otherwise. Since you have, I'm not going to say otherwise on it. Since you have lawyer acting, let him direct you, if it's fit for purpose.
Okay. All right, that's fine then. Okay. All right, thank you.
If you need further advice, you can take consultation. Hello? I think he's gone. Let me tell you, if you have lawyer acting on a particular case and you're asking me a question at the same time, I feel so proud to answer you back. The reason why I feel so proud is that it means that you don't believe what your lawyer told you. Honestly, me Oshiri, I feel very proud. Now, he's in Woolwich. My office is in Woolwich. He bypassed me, went to another lawyer. I'm not jealous, but I'm saying that why is he asking me a question? That's just the bottom line. Oh, like him, so why don't you want to be a question of me? There's no time to waste. Anyway, I'm on 07908 628240. 07908 628240. How to regularize your status in the United Kingdom. Is what we're talking about, Hello. 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 Please go ahead. Hello.
Can I have your after program number, please?
0208 309 8808.
All right. Thank you.
0208 309 8808.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you. So we're talking about how to regularize your status in the United Kingdom. If you know what you are doing, you can put it in, at the forehead and show it to the world that I know what I'm saying. I know what I'm saying on immigration and nationality law in the United Kingdom. And it's only the law has not come out, but if it come out, it will come through us, so we will know, we'll pieces it. The point here is that you must always take consultation before you do anything. And don't forget the rules that I told you about shop brand, doing window shopping. There is no law catching you. There is no lawyer can stop you from doing window shopping. Go and do consultation if you are not really conversant or you are not really confident. Confident about what anybody told you previously, about lawyer told you. Even if it's me that told you something and you're not convinced enough, take advice from another lawyer. Life you need to take advice from time to time, because if you don't take advice, at the end of the day, you're going to fall foul and you will lose money. Apart from losing money, you will also lose your possibly credibility, because if the application go wrong, then it will mean that you have to start reporting to the Secretary of State. You have to go into the rain all the time. I don't know you, Beckett's house or Luna house. So I think I would advise that you should take advice. You understand? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hello, dear. Yeah, I'm speaking. Good afternoon, my dear.
Good afternoon, ma.
Thank you.
Yes, ma. Hello, ma.
Please go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes, ma. Please, ma, I just want to ask about the 7-year-old.
Okay.
Yes, ma. My child will be 7 in April, and I just want to know when is it advisable to put the document in?
A day after 7-year birthday.
After 7 years birthday?
Yeah. It says 7 years. So it has to be a day after.
A day after?
Yeah.
Okay, ma. Okay, ma.
So you cannot put it in before that child clocks 7, because they will use it against you.
Okay, ma. Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. We're talking about how to regularize your status. The line is clear now for the Birmingham person that is trying to call in. I know. Hello. 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 Thank you.
I'd like to ask a quick question, please. My current partner is from Poland, and we have submitted applications to the Secretary of State about a month ago, and they asked me to come and do those.
They asked you to do what?
They asked me to come and do fingerprints. That was a week ago.
And have you done it?
Yes, I have gone to that.
Yeah, that's fine. What is your question?
Yeah, my question is that what is my chance, because his ex-partner, he has already done the same procedure for him, but
Do you have marriage certificate? Hello? Is there a marriage certificate?
we have marriage certificate between me and her, so we submitted that.
So you truly got married in the United Kingdom. It wasn't a proxy marriage.
No, it was a proxy marriage. We married, it was a proxy marriage.
Marriage in absentia.
Yes.
Mm.
And I'm from Ghana.
Anyway, yes. So was it done through Ghanaian jurisdiction?
Yes.
Okay. But what did you say happens to the last relationship she had?
She had a child with him, and his application was granted, I think, 4 years ago. But they are no more together. So she wrote to the Secretary of State, I think, in January, that relationship is done. So as we put our application, I think, a month ago, we haven't had nothing. But they asked me to go and look at my fingerprint house a week ago. I don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully, I don't know what's my chance on this.
The possibility of calling you, inviting you for an interview is high.
It's hard.
Yes. The chance to come for an interview is quite high. So, well, do you have kid together? Do you have child together?
No, we don't have child together.
So you should get yourself prepared for that long length of love letters interview that they will be taking on you. Yes.
Because even his first partner, before he got, they gave him the state. They went to court as well. So, but he was just 2 years living together. But we have marriage in absentia, and we submitted the marriage certificate and all that.
Yeah, that's fine. The discretion is with the Secretary of State to decide whether it's going to grant it or not. But the point I can tell you categorically, and I know that it's going to happen, is to invite you for an interview. That chance is quite high. Yes. So you should prepare yourself for Liverpool interview. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hello? Hello? Yeah, hi, good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Hello?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Hello, ma. Please, I just want to ask a few questions.
Please go ahead.
Hello, ma.
Please go ahead.
Yes. My question is, good afternoon.
Can you lower your device for me? Lower your device.
I've got 3 children, right?
Okay.
Yeah, one of them was brought from Nigeria and she was given indefinite leave to remain. And then the remaining 2 of them, we took asylum anyway, and then the 2 of them and myself, they gave us refugee indefinite leave to remain. But the one I brought from Nigeria, they only gave her indefinite leave to remain. I just want to ask, when can we renew? When can we apply for naturalization?
You were given indefinite leave to remain, so you need to be on it for some time. When were you granted?
I was granted last year.
Look at the letter they gave you. You should be able to apply a year later. But look at the letter. If it's indefinite, you should be able to apply.
Well, in the letter, there was no letter that came. It was just only the biometric.
That's not possible.
That came.
That is
It was
not.
only the card that came.
That is not.
But
That,
my daughter, the one I brought from Nigeria, she was given indefinite leave to remain, with her own, and they said expiring date is 2020.
your daughter will have to have 3 years. Your daughter that came from Nigeria, did you say from Nigeria?
Yeah.
Needs to have 3 years of. She will need to have habitual residence 3 years. After 3 years, yes. After 3 years, then you can apply for your daughter's registration.
Oh, she was here with me before we applied for.
Did you hear what I said? Did you hear? Yes. Now, your daughter came in on a indefinite leave to enter.
No, she came in on refugee status.
Under you. Under you.
Under family union.
Oh. So you basically, you guys will be going in at the same time.
Yeah.
So what's your question?
My question is, when can myself, my 2 other children, and the one that came from Nigeria,
If you have been given indefinite leave to remain last year, do you understand? You should be able to apply this year, a year later, because your situation is different from others.
Okay, but the thing is that on my own, it said refugee remain. It said refugee settlement, indefinite leave to remain.
And so why are you confused?
I don't know why they put my on my own card. They put refugee settlement, and then underneath they put indefinite leave to remain.
But that's what you have.
Yeah, that's what I have.
So you can apply to naturalize a year later.
Okay, ma'am. All right, ma'am. All right. What about my daughter? It's 3 years. Is my daughter still 3 years, or I won't see a year later?
When did your daughter came to join you? When did she came in?
She came in 2016. She came in 2016.
Well, she won't be able to do it outside you anyway. Has she got indefinite leave as well? Has she got indefinite?
Yeah, she's got indefinite leave to remain the same time as mine.
So she will be going. Everybody's going in at the same time.
All right, ma'am. All right, ma'am.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, ma'am.
If you're not clear enough, I think you should come for consultation. You won't get legal aid on consultation.
Okay, can I do Skype consultation because I live very far?
Discuss that with my assistants in the office. At least you will be able to talk to 4 of them, either of them in the office. Yeah, talk to them. They will arrange for you.
All right, ma'am.
Yeah.
All right, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am. God bless you, ma'am.
Thank you, dear.
For the job you are doing, ma'am.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you. Bye bye. Her situation is different from other people, so don't let us mix it up. She's under refugee status. She has indefinite leave, so therefore she can apply a year later. She even have option to take the United Nations passport if she want to. But if she wants British passport, she can apply for British passport a year later. Hi.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Blessing. I'm calling regarding my status. I want to be fixed last year for indefinite leave to remain. Now I got 7 years old. It will be 7 by January. I don't know whether I can use it.
You take me back again.
I was refused for my indefinite leave to remain last year.
You were refused for an indefinite leave to remain last year.
Last year.
Why did you apply? Why did you apply for indefinite?
Because I was given 5 years before.
On residence card, you were given 5 years residence card before.
Yes.
Under European partner.
Yes.
So you were supposed to apply for permanent residence and it was refused.
Yes.
Did you contest it?
I don't know.
Did you contest your refusal? Did you take it to court?
Yes, I appealed for the refusal.
And you still lost the case.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And now I got 7 years old son. It will be 7 by January. Can I use him?
Yeah, of course you can apply under your child.
Okay, I want to confirm whether I might be able to pay NHS fees again.
You pay
Because I
everything.
already contribute to the system already.
No, it doesn't matter. You will still pay. You will pay NHS surcharge. You will pay legal fee.
Again?
You will pay home office fee.
Huh. Okay, ma. Thank you. I will submit it to you, ma.
Thank you. She said, Secretary of State is enjoying that money. Believe me. It's a huge money. I don't believe in rumors. People are saying it's going to increase to 1,000. I haven't read anything in the guidance telling me it's going to come to 1,000. Because 500 already, people are struggling. Family of 4, family of 5. Not to now talk of increments to 1,000 pounds. So I don't believe in rumor. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hiya. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, dear.
Yeah, I called the other day. I was just telling you about my application I put through to the Home Office. Which they said they couldn't take the money. But the thing is that I'm still waiting. I have to, at the end, I children with British passports, 4 kids. So I'm thinking, because I don't know what is going to happen, but I'm working on everything, but since I've not heard from them as well, since I put the other, we submitted again, I haven't received anything from them. And the thing has started it around May. The one I had expired in May, you understand? So when we submitted it, and they said they couldn't take the money, and it stretched to the end of the 6-month period. So then I have to put in a new one, and with a postal order. So I'm still waiting. I haven't received anything from them. I'm still waiting. I don't know what to do now.
Did you say you applied for?
Yeah, indefinite stay.
Okay, so you had your previous how many years?
I've got kids. I've got 4 kids with a British passport. But I applied under asylum because I was an asylum seeker. So I've already done 6 years.
Okay, 3 years discretionary leave times 2.
Yeah, 3 years. Two times I've done it here.
They will answer you, don't worry. As long as they are able to pick up their money, that comes first.
Yeah, I've paid everything because I do, because they couldn't take the money from their account according to them. So, but at the end, I used the postal order. I bought postal order of 2,420 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I submitted this week.
And you should just wait for them to come back to you, because discretionary leave ILR, you know, after discretionary leave to remain, it's not quicker. But at least you have to afford them time within 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a very tiring person. I'm not doing extension of work at all for anything. I want to take this one call alone, and I'm going to be off straight away. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, dear.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask a question from you. It's just regarding, because I put in an application, this was back in 2016, for a private life. Although I have a daughter then, but she wasn't up to the age of 6. She wasn't up to the age of 7 years of age. So now they replied me, I wrote them a letter. They replied me back to say that I can appeal. Within 14 days, I had the country appeal. Now, as we're speaking now, the information is we are appeal. I've actually taken from the information is within that 14 days. I just want your opinion. I don't know what to do. Should I put in, now that she's 7 years of age, should I put in for another application?
Why would you put in an application before? Why did you put in an application before the child clocked 7 in the first instance? Why did you put in an application before the child in question clocked 7 years? Why wasting that money?
It was based on my private life.
Private life on what? Have you spent 20 years in the UK?
No.
So why do you put it in?
Because I have a family here too as well.
Which family? Which family? Your husband?
No, I have my parents.
Was there a lawyer involved in this application?
Right.
Was there a lawyer that helped you to do it?
The problem there is because
you didn't answer my question. Was there a lawyer that represents you to do that private life application?
Yes, there was a lawyer, and I think the lawyer didn't actually give us enough information.
There was no good advice. That was a negligent, and it was a negligent advice in the first instance. That application shouldn't have gone in, because now you are putting in a dirty application. By the time you are going to go in for 7 years, Home Office is likely to refuse you because you are putting dirty application already. And at the end of the day, you are going to be saying that, oh, they refuse 7 years rule. They don't actually necessarily want to refuse 7-year rules. But the fact remains that sometimes people get wrong advice. And when you get wrong advice, what comes out of it is this. Because you cannot do private life application under family member, under immigration rules with British passport. It has to be either your husband and your child. or the husband or the child that has British passport. If it's none of those two, then you just have to wait until you clock 20 years in the UK. But you cannot rely on your sister or your mom or your dad on immigration rules with British passport. No, you cannot rely on them. An adult child cannot rely on adult sibling or adult or on parent.
I don't know what to do, Mom, because
You do.
I've got something.
You know what to do. All you have to do is to wait when the child clocks 7 years. Take appropriate advice, and then you make.
Now she's 7 now. She's past 7 now. So what my question is, they said I should appeal the first one that they refused on. They wrote a letter back saying that I can appeal within 14 days. That one is still in court as well. But I don't know if I should.
If they ask you to appeal under private life application that you put under your siblings, it's not going to succeed. So why going to court and waste that money?
Okay.
That application is not going to succeed in the first instance. So if a good lawyer should have advised you to pull out. In the first instance, I would not advise you to put it in anyway because I know that it's not going anywhere. The chance of success is very slim, 1%.
So do you suggest us just put in for another new one?
I'm not suggesting. I don't suggest. I give advice. So what you need to do is that if you have a child that has clocked 7 years already, take appropriate advice on the documentation before you proceed to submission. So I'm giving advice.
Okay, ma. Okay, ma. But the question there is, I'm under the local authority.
You will get letter from them at the end of the day. If you are receiving assistance from them, it means that your application will go under fee waiver. But go and speak to your social worker first and tell them that this is my situation. Do you understand? Speak to her and say, listen, this is my situation. How would you advise?
Okay, ma. Thank you very much, ma.
You're most welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got to go now. Thank you for the day. Thank you. Thank you, my dear. Take care. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid so I have to go now. My telephone number in the office is 0208 309 8808. 0208 309 8808. There is nothing called free consultation when you come to my office. Kò sí nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ free consultation. Tó bá lọ kọ́lọ́pàá lé, you have to entertain ọlọ́pàá. Tọ́lọ́pàá bá wá kí ẹ lé, òun láti entertain ọlọ́pàá. Is you know, so but in terms of lawyer Tokunbo Lagbaye, it's only consultation I ask you to pay that I will be able to determine whether you have a good case or not. I am not going to tell you to put in a case that is not going to succeed. So don't think that I don't want to do complex cases. I do it that, but I will not give wrong advice. And that is it. See you on Monday, guys, and take care. God bless you. I should be live again on Monday morning to deal with any queries or questions that you people going to work may have on your way going to work. I will have time for you, don't worry. But I've got to go now. I'm not keeping extra time. I want to applaud you. I want to appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for being on this platform. Thank you for your love. Thanks to all of you. To those who were on the program last night, I tell you again and reiterate, you are superb. To all of you who contributed to that program that we did last night, you are superb. And we always love you, no matter what. You are superb. Don't think that I don't see people that comment all the time. I do. And when the Christmas gifts start coming in, they are priority that I'm going to deal with. Not those who comment only once in 1 year or once in 10 years. I'm going to deal with the Christmas present for those who put comments there often. Those who like and share. Please like and share. Let people take common sense from this. Ladies and gentlemen, I've got to go now. My name hasn't changed. Tokunbo Lagbaye. Thank you.
Nigeria, of course, pẹ̀lú bí mo ti làkàkà láti dé lu yìí àtún adé bẹ̀tàn orí ọwọ́ bákan náà ni èyí iṣẹ́ àárín kò tó sí fọkànbalẹ̀ bí mo bá ń rìn lórí títì níṣẹ́ ni máa máa wo fẹ̀tùfẹ̀tù bí olè tó fẹ́ jáṣọ gbé lọ́jà torí tọwọ́ ọlọ́pàá bá tẹ̀ mí wọ́n kàn folúwẹ̀ sọ̀kò sí Nàìjíríà ní kódà bí mo bá fi lè kọjá aago 5 ìdájí kí n tó bọ́ síta nínú ilé tí home office bá ká mi mọ́lé tèmi bá mi nìyẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ sì ni gbogbo nǹkan tó ń fi àjẹ mi ojútà ìnúwẹ̀ ìgbélu ìlọ.
ohun tó kéré gbáà tó ti gbọ́ nípa Ìyáàfin Tókunbọ̀ Lágbàyé akọ́ṣẹ́mọṣẹ́ lọ́yà olùdásílẹ̀ iléeṣẹ́